Okay, so the headline. The headline is probably the most dominant thing that you will talk about. And even though it's probably the shortest part of the newspaper article, it's the one that catches attention. So it's a banner of words designed to catch the reader's eye. All right. They often use bold, punchy, or humorous statements in order to do this. And even statements that don't necessarily reflect what the article is about. But I'll go on that in a second. Many use puns. For instance, pack of humpbacks have whale of a time. Ha ha ha. Gets people to look at it, pay attention to it, go, oh, bad joke, I'll read the article because I feel sorry for them or something like that. But many do use puns for the reason of essentially just making us smirk a little bit and wanting to either read or click on the article. And finally, as I mentioned, it's not uncommon for a headline to make a story seem more dramatic than what it is. So it may not even represent necessarily what the story is about, but they will write it in such a way where it does appear dramatic and does turn heads. It does get people interested in reading the story, and whoever's reading the newspaper will go, oh, okay, this is interesting, I'll read on here. And even if they do find that the article is not exactly about what the headline said it might be about, it may be misleading, but they'll still be looking at it. They'll still look at the headline and look at the byline, or the first sentence, and just keep on reading until which point they realise, hang on, this is not about what the headline says it's about. But it's just there to grab attention. So it's done its job already. It doesn't really matter if it's 100% matching the article or not. Okay, the first sentence. Now, the first sentence of the article is probably the most important bit because it's a short summary of the story, first of all, as in what the story is about. But also, it's the bit where people who, after clicking the headline, decide if they still want to be with us. So once they've got attention, the short summary is where their attention is kept for a brief moment before they either go, nah, this is a stupid story, I'm not going to read this, or they go, okay, yep, please tell me more, and then they'll go into the rest of it. Okay, so it's probably the most important details that are there first up, and it's just to give us a story at a glance so we're more interested in it. So a basic who, what, and when is what's contained within this as well. It may be a brief description of the event. So if it's a dramatic enough event, it may be just that the event itself speaks for itself and that it doesn't need any further embellishment. It doesn't need any other details. You just need to describe the event. Or an emotional reaction or statement. Now, you might think, oh, hang on, wouldn't this be a biased form if it's using that? And often, in many cases, it is. But it's one of the ways that an article does try and reach out to an audience is by making an emotional statement at the beginning. And whether that's made passively or actively, through passive voice or active voice, it doesn't really matter as long as it attracts a reader's attention. It can continue to be biased after that, but it may have those sorts of statements in there just to really make us connect with the story straight away and then get us to read on.